Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Good evening, afternoon, evening. I don't know where I'm going with that one. I hope you're all doing well. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. And tonight, I've got my thinking cap on. If you know, you know. Yeah, we're going to go through everything. I'm going to try and make this like a daily segment. Go live, just a bit of a catch-up, really, on everything concerning Leeds United and the wider footballing world, if you like. But we're going to be talking, obviously, heavily around Leeds United, what the current state of play is in regards to transfers, rumours, transfer use, because I noticed, like, a lot of you, normally I, like, pre-record them, but I noticed, like, a lot of you, like, put suggestions or rumours in the chat and all that sort of stuff, so I thought we would take a look at them as well. And just make this like a regular thing. Like I say, I'm not making sense. I'm very, very tired today. This is the first day that I've had pure silence in my house, with it being New Year's and everything. My mum was up, my kids were here. It was just madness. And then today I've just chilled. I've watched Happy Valley. I've never seen it before, so I've started right from the beginning. It's a bit of a madness, really, when you consider it's filmed in Halifax as well, where I'm from. So you'd have thought I'd been all over it, but nah. So I've started watching that, and then I took the dog out on a nice, the dogs, sorry, they're both asleep here, on a 4-mile walk. Before I had some tea, I had egg and chips, 2 eggs and quite a lot of chips. And then I'm going to jump on here and we're going to chat everything Leeds United. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, folks. So without further ado, I'm looking off to the side here because there's another rumour I wanted to chat about, because it looks like it's got a little bit more legs now. It looks like it's got a little bit more credibility. So we're going to have a chat about that one as well. And it's the guy at Coventry, Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres. That's what we'll go with. We'll go with Gyökeres, yeah? Yes, Jody, big up. I'm from Pelham as well. Ashfield Gardens. Hope you're doing well. Right, listen, without further ado, let's get into it then.
I don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like a house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Boom, yes, best believe I am self-made, yeah. And before we get into anything concerning Leeds United, smash a like on the video. Ashley Roberts says Liverpool getting slapped. And I just want to have a quick chat about that before we start anything, right? There is this notion that you can't compete financially with some of the big dogs in the Premier League. And that I agree with. However, look at Brentford, right? Brentford are currently beating Liverpool 2-0. I think they've had the ball in the back of the net 4 times. 2 of them chalked off due to VAR. But they're 2-0 up. And it's not really a shock, is it? I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked that Brentford are beating Liverpool at home. Okay, maybe at Anfield, but at home, definitely not. I'm not shocked. And I just wanted to show you their model, their transfers, if you like. This is where I wanted to start, right? Just to give you an idea of kind of what you can do, right? So since coming in, I mean, this is a madness, isn't it? The fact that they bought Ivan Toney for just £5 million. That's a bit of a mad one. But when you look at their transfer business since coming into the Premier League, they haven't broke the bank. Do you know what I mean? First season up, they spent 36 million. What was Leeds United spending our first season? Quite a lot, I think. Second season up, they've spent 50 million. Shrewd business this looks like now. Ben Mee on a free transfer. I'd have scoffed at it. Just speaking from myself, I'd have scoffed at that. I'd have gone, Ben Mee, no. But now I realise, yeah, actually, that's quite an astute bit of business. Do you know what I mean? So it just shows with the right investment that it can be done. You don't need to spend massive amounts of money in order to make a success of it in the Premier League. And I think that's why had we have properly backed, or don't even speak about the other manager, Joe, right? Let's not do that. Just properly invested, regardless of who was here, after we finish 9th, then I think we'd be sweet and we'd be looking at, like Brentford. Brentford are not in bother now. Brentford are comfortable in the Premier League. You know what I mean? It's normally like 2 seasons, then you're comfortable. We've had our 2 seasons, and guess what? We are still not comfortable. We are all like still petrified. I'm just gonna have a look because I can't remember off the top of my head. Let's just have a look at Leeds as I should know this, really, shouldn't I? There's a player called Noah Leeds. Sign him up. Sign Noah Leeds up. Right, okay. So if we have a look at our business, so this season we spent 100 million. Obviously, we brought that in as well. This is another thing. Brentford haven't brought nowhere near close to where we have in terms of like our second season. So we spent 100 million. Obviously, we recouped 113, right? So we broke even, right? But in seasons gone by, so 58 million there, and then our first season was 127 million, right? Compare that then. So 127 plus the 58 plus another 100. It's nearly what, 300 and odd million? Now, of course, we are a season ahead of Brentford, but they've spent like 80 million. So, yeah, it can be done, right? Let's just have a look at some of this. Shocking piece of business, wasn't it, really, when you consider it? But that was done. I mean, this is brutes. Brutal. I'm sorry, it is brutal. 30 million. I still question that, but I suppose it's a nominal fee. I don't think it's that bad of a fee, to be honest. Great business, but he's just fallen off a cliff. Best business. And this, of course, but we only had him from January, didn't we? But what about this? Oh, I mean, this has got to be the worst, hasn't it? What's gone on here? Bar Harrison, right, who in effect was already a Leeds United player. This has got to be one of the worst windows the Premier League's ever seen. Klaassen, and is it any wonder that Bielsa failed? Is it any wonder? We're still in the shite now when you consider that this guy's never going to be a Premier League goalkeeper, by the way. I'll tell you that now for a fact. Klaassen's just not the one. Jack Harrison was in effect already here, and these two, oh my days. So yeah, poor. And then look, this has been a much better window. You have to say. You know, a lot of them have been really good. They've all made contributions. Okay, Rasmus, yeah, still question marks over, but I still think it's good. But that there, when you can look back now, you're like, wow, yeah, this is bad. Is it 2-1? Is it? I'm just seeing the goal now. Let's have a look. Darwin Núñez. About time he's found the back of the net. Anyway, that's Brentford, right? That's Brentford. I just wanted to touch on it just with them winning 2-0. Obviously 2-1 now. Darwin Núñez finally found the back of the net. No, oh, is he offside? Yeah, there you go then. Is he offside? Let's have a look. Oh, he might be getting played on by the left back. Maybe use a slightly. Oh no, that's Salah. It's not even a left back. I just seen a player in the lower reaches. Yeah, so he's offside. So it's going to be 2-0. Right, let's move on from Brentford, right? And let's start. So what I've been doing is just bookmarking a few talking points that we're going to touch on throughout this video. We can, yeah. Would I not have had it? Did I not? See, this is the thing. You're allowed to change your opinion. I was thinking about this earlier. Like, I would be all over Thomas Frank. All over Thomas Frank now. He's a great coach, and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, we need to talk about this as well, Nick. We need to talk about Brendan Aronson. Because I'm not convinced. And I think Brendan would struggle outside of this system. He's a little bit too lightweight, isn't he? But look, all the holes in the wall are from the shelf where the screws were. That's where the holes in the wall are from. But I'm getting something in the new year to go behind me, which means I don't need to cover it. So just don't worry about it. Loads of people keep asking me, and I'm like, well, surely you must know that I had the shelf there. You know what I mean? Yeah, there is something. There is something in that as well. There is. I'm being harsh, but it's what it is. Right. So, 20 plus notifications on Twitter. Oh, it's all about my Brentford tweet. Yeah. Yes, it's all about. Yeah, it's all about Brentford at the minute. Anyway, right. Okay, yeah, wonky shelf. Oh, has Liverpool actually scored this time then? Let's have a look. There is a goal. Fabinho out to Trent. Trent's going to whip it, of course he is. Assist master, left boot. Who's on the end of it? Is that Ox? Bloody hell. Oxlade-Chamberlain is still alive. He is still alive. If you put little lights in the holes, it will be the Big Dipper. Listen, you'll be excited for what I'm actually going to a shop to ask them to create me something. So watch this space. Hopefully it'll look cool. And I'm getting my mic soon as well. Don't watch that. Can't wait to have that little mic that comes round here with the boom arm and that. I'll be like, yo, like The Rock. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Right, okay. So it looks like Leeds United. And listen, this transfer, I think, could happen and maybe will happen, but it will only happen if we lose Mateusz Klich. We know Mateusz Klich is wanted by DC United. By all accounts, it's quite a lucrative offer for him. And also, he's going to be playing football in America. Nice retirement piece. He's getting on, rather being DC than Leeds. Let's be real here. He's from Poland. You know what I mean? He's liked his time at Leeds. I think we all are appreciative of him. I don't want him to go anywhere, but it looks like Leeds United might be sounding out replacements just in case he does. I don't know. DC can be pretty rough. Maybe not for footballers. Maybe not for footballers. I don't think they'll be in the circles where it's going to be rough. Alex, just join. You haven't missed anything, bro. We've just been talking about how successful Brentford have been in terms of their recruitment and how we could take a leaf out of their book, because basically they've spent next to nothing. And the majority of their signings are successes. But, right, okay, so there is a report that Leeds are battling Celtic, Napoli, RB Leipzig, and other European top sides for Ardon Jashari. Okay, so this was reported yesterday, I believe, in Germany, Sky Germany, that we are battling a host of top European sides to sign Luzerne captain Ardon Jashari. Now, the reason I've chose to spoke about this as well while I was on my dog walk, our good friend and wealth of all Leeds United knowledge, Sir Mr. Philip of here, also touched on this, as did Dan Moylan. So look, I think Leeds United do need a centre midfielder. However, I don't think they will be acquiring a centre midfielder this window. Maybe they'll look at it in the summer, but they'll look at the options they have, whether you agree or disagree on this, but they will look at the options that they have in Klich, in Forshaw, in JB, in Adams and Rocker, and say, we're all right. We can get by. Now, as a fan base and me personally, I would like us to get additions there, but I understand we ain't got a lot of money, and therefore I can sort of accept that they won't, right? Yes, this would be really, really good, wouldn't it? Ardon, Cock and Willie. That would be good. But if Klich moves on, then we do need a replacement. And it looks like Jashari could be the one. As I say, it's been rubber stamped by Phil here and other sources. So it says Jashari is only 20, but has been captain in the Swiss Super League side this season. That's something to take into account, no Swiss Super League. It's nowhere, what's it called? Is it called the Rafferson or something like that? It's nowhere comparable to the Premier League. But listen, we picked up William Yonto from Zurich and he's been flying. That is despite only playing 40 times at senior level, 17 of which have come this season. So not a lot of experience, but he was part of Switzerland's World Cup squad in Qatar. Look, it says Leeds are likely to be after a midfielder with Tyler Adams' absence, highlighted the need for more depth. Mark Rocker struggled, and Adam Forshaw is out of the contract at the end of the current campaign. So maybe someone like Ardon Jashari is another one. You know, when you look at that William Yonto saga, like maybe Ardon Jashari is someone that Leeds United may look at, but may look to push the button in the summer. But if anything was to happen, i.e. Klich was to leave, then maybe they bring that forward. Now, of course, Logan makes a lot of good points. I thought about this as well because it pisses me off to say this because I think it was used as a stick to beat us fans with when Angus Kinnear was talking about the pathway. Do you remember the pathway? We don't want to block the pathway. And I do think of like Greenwood, and I do think of JB, for example. Darko JB would be classed as being on the pathway. Do you know what I mean? So that is something worth noting. And I think you make a very valid point there, Logan, in that Leeds United may not look to bring in someone. But listen, he is a young player. There is that opportunity for real sale value, etc., etc., etc. And we know under this current regime, that's what they prefer to do. Now, the report does say that Leeds are a host of clubs. Like, there's not just us looking into him. Leipzig, Frankfurt, Celtic, Napoli, all also keen. So it shows the kid's well thought of and has a lot of potential. And if I'm being honest, like if teams like Napoli enter the race, then we might as well just pack up and go. But a fee between 5.3 to 6.2 million is needed. Now, we're not going to recoup anywhere close to that for Mateusz Klich. Are we really? He's going to go for next to nothing. It'd be interesting to know just how much Klich is valued on Transfermarkt. Let's just have a look at that. I can't imagine it'd be a lot. Market value currently is £2 million. So, yeah. How much will Klich be on? Again, I don't imagine he'll be on big wages. Let's just look at our source, Capology, where we like to have a look. I just think the point I'm trying to make is like any money you bring in from Klich plus wages is probably not enough to finance what we'll get. Yeah, according to Capology, Mateusz Klich's 25k, but again, that isn't verified. Paul makes a good point. Summer could be too late, and that's something Leeds United need to consider as well when looking at players like Ardon Jashari, because how many times have Leeds United have their fingers burnt in not pushing the button at the right time? I do think we need a centre midfielder, but I don't think it's as gaping as the striker. Okay, so I do think we need a striker. We are going to get Wöber. That's done. Yeah, I know some people, because of the Dan James saga, might not. But trust me, as soon as Fabrizio Romano gave it the seal of approval so many days ago, it was done. People were saying that. What's that sound? Oh, my God. There's an advert. Can you hear that? Is it gone now? No. There. Stop. That better not. Could you hear the advert? Could you hear that advert then? There was basically a clip on what happens on Transfermarkt. They've got adverts on, right? So it came on. Right, okay. So hopefully that won't have taken my video down. I don't want no copy strikes. You couldn't hear it anyway, right? That's cool. They're now showing me an advert for Saudi Arabia with Lionel Messi in it, etc. So there you go. I'm just glad you couldn't hear it, because normally I would have got copy struck. I thought it was the TV at first, but it's not. I've got Liverpool Brentford on in front of me, you see. Right, okay, so yeah, £6 million for Ardon Jashari. I think the only issue that we have, Harry, but I don't think this was I don't think that was Fabrizio's fault, was it? Even the owner of our football club said that was done. My man didn't even get on the plane. We all thought he was on the plane. He was like, I'm not on the plane. I'm sick of them motherfucking snakes on that motherfucking plane. He went Samuel L. Jackson on us. Look, Ardon Jashari, 20-year-old, yeah, has made 40 appearances, did come on for a small period in the World Cup for Switzerland. 20-year-old, a lot of clubs, a lot of competition, £6 million. The only way I see Leeds United entering this transfer saga, if you like, or look to try and bid, is if Matthias Klich moves on. I think Leeds will maybe look to add additions in the summer to further bolster the centre midfield area. It's not something that needs doing right now, I don't think. I mean, I say that, but if Adams or Rocker got injured, I'd shit myself. I would shit myself. We're going to touch on briefly now Dan James. He was on the thumbnail. So Fulham boss Marco Silva was asked specifically about Dan James and the potential of him returning. I actually spoke with a Fulham fan, Emilio, who's on another podcast that I do called the 12th Man podcast. And I asked him about Dan James and I asked him how he was getting on. I don't watch much Fulham, obviously, unless they're on Sky. But he said he's bad. He said he's bad. He said, we've said many a times, right? Like, he just runs. If Dan, I hate to say this, Dan James, because he's a nice lad. I don't know him personally. He might not be, but I think he will be. But if he didn't have his pace, he would not be a Premier League footballer. He would not. He's like a smaller Adama Traore. I used to always have them debates with JT. JT thought he was a good dribbler. I've got more close control than him. Do you know what I mean? He's just got pace to burn. But yeah, look, Fulham boss mentioned it. There's been no talk of it. And Dan James will not be returning to Leeds United. I don't think any time. You know, I don't think any time he will come back. I think that's his time at Leeds United done. I think it might be his time in the Premier League done. If you can hear the dog snoring, yeah, the ball. Oh, Billy's not here. It's just Marco. Where's Billy gone? I've lost the dog, Lee. But I think JT must be a messy eater if he thinks that's good dribbling. I like that. He's snoring. Billy's gone downstairs. Marco's only 7 months, so he's been doing Billy's tits in a little bit. He's also a lot bigger and a little bit too overzealous. Cut him a few times when they've been fighting. So with him being asleep there, Billy's gone, I'm off downstairs. Get away from him. They're not allowed in the bedroom anymore, Justin, after they pissed in it. They are not allowed. Definitely not two. Can you imagine? Yeah, Alex, I was going to make this point, right? Like, I think Dan James's time as a Premier League footballer is over as well. And the reason I say that is because he's gone from Man United to Leeds to Fulham, and Fulham are ahead of us now currently. But what I'm saying is I don't see Fulham making that permanent. From what I hear from the fans, it's not been going well. I know there's a lot of chat that that he needs to adjust to the system, etc. But just he's not that good, is he? He's just really not that good. So where does he go after Fulham? Where do we recuperate any sort of fee for him? I don't see us being able to do that. Even if we had like a injury crisis, can you imagine Dan James being asked to come back? Do you know what I mean? You know, you wouldn't. If I were Dan James, I wouldn't like it. The way that it was dealt, like Tret on deadline day, was a bit of a joke. Really, he was a make weight for another signing. He'll have known that fact, and we nearly didn't even bloody get that signing, did we? Do you know what I mean? We ended up having to rush through Nonto, which again they stumbled upon, and really we got lucky with because he's actually ready. Do you know what I mean? Play him up top. Don't, please, honestly. Bane of my life, that was. The Athletic have now rubber-stamped further on from Fabrizio Romano. We're just going to move on. Could you turn James into a left-back? No, you need to turn him into a footballer, first of all, Paul. Before you turn Dan James into a left back, you need to be able to turn him into a footballer. So the Athletic, as I say, they gave their stamp of approval now. Phil here actually name checking Fabrizio Romano. I know there's a lot of Leeds fans that maybe only take the local journalists as gospel, but we're seeing now the local journalists actually connect and combine with the powers that be in the transfer market, the likes of David Ornstein and, of course, Fabrizio Romano, because they have to. They have to give them that seal of approval so they get that information when it comes. Do you know what I mean? That's the game. It's the name of the game. You know what I mean? It's the name of the game. Arthur says, lay off Dan James. Why, bro? He's gash. Arthur, I've noticed a lot of your comments, and I think you need to go to like football for beginners, like IQ thing, I think. I'm only joking, bro. It's only a laugh because you don't rate Cooper, you rate Dan James. Make it make sense. So yeah, Leeds United are closing in on the signing of Max Wöber from Red Bull Salzburg, in line to become their first arrival of the January window. Let's hope it's not first and only arrival, right? We want it to be that and more, right? He's only 24. He's close to completing a move, as we know. We want him. He's regarded as a left-sided centre-back. But listen, he's been playing left-back. He's a left-back. He's coming to be a left-back. What's that got to do with the price of fish, bro? Do you know what I mean? Come on, Arthur. You know what I mean? I did go for a Rangers win, though, so you beat me there. What you've got to remember, like Logan says as well, he is the captain, so it's quite a little coup. We spoke about Wober in a number of videos now. He's played at some decent clubs, Ajax, Sevilla, and obviously went to Salzburg, has become their captain. And Jesse's worked with him before, which is important. He'll fit straight into the side because he'll have Aronson there, he'll have Rasmus Christensen there. So they'll have that, you know, that RB connection. Martin, when you say that, what do you mean? He's a left. I would just put him as a left defender. A left-sided defender. I think he provides competition for Cooper and for Stroud. Anyone thinks that Stroud's going left centre-back and Cooper's getting dropped. It's not happening. It won't happen. Russ, do you think if Wober... I mean, I wish it was, but from what you hear on podcasts and what's coming out from the club, no. They're still going to keep him about the place. But what's for sure, we are going to lose money on Junior Firpo. I still stand by that notion that is one of the worst Premier League windows ever, bringing in Junior Firpo and Dan James. True debt. So there you go. Like I said, look, being at Ajax, being at Sevilla before Salzburg. We also did consider Philadelphia Union Kai Wagner, but it looks like we've gone for Wober. And no disrespect to Kai Wagner, obviously doing it in the MLS, but there is a distinct difference between the MLS and European football. I know the Austrian league isn't amazing, but what I'm saying, Wober has played Champions League. He's played Champions League. He has played in La Liga and also in the Eredivisie in Holland. Yep, horrible window, finished 9th and did that business. Yes, exactly, Stephen. Exactly, mate. Failed to capitalise on what was a fantastic season for Leeds United. So, look, Wober will be announced at some point. Yeah? Right, okay, Jamie. Right, let's have a chat about this then. So, Joe's mentioned this before. I have, because Pascal is at left back. We get no attacking threat like other teams. You mean the whip of the ball. The whip of the ball that comes in, right? I'll tell you why it's going to be different to Wober. I'm going to try and show you a still. I can't play the video because it'll get taken down. But just bear with me 1 second and I'm going to show you why. Because Wober, yeah, has played left back for Sevilla in La Liga. He has played left back for Ajax. He plays left back for Austria. And this season, he's played left back for Salzburg. This isn't like This isn't similar to Stroud, right? But I'm going to share a little video with you. I can't share the video. No sound for a start. Right. This will get taken down. I can't do this, folks, but I'm going to show you a still. Okay. Right. So this is what I'm going to show you, Jamie, and this is the difference, right? You ready? So this is Wober, yeah, here against Chelsea in the Champions League. Adamu here, who Leeds United scores, okay, and Leeds on the money. Most of the hotspots or heat maps, if you like, are of him at left back. So I'm just going to stop sharing. I'm going to move this on slightly because I can't play the video, but I'll show you now. Right, just bear with us one sec then. So you can see here the ball leaving his foot, which again, when I mean Stroud doesn't give you that. Stroud does not give you this. Stroud does not have this in his locker for me. So if we just move this on, water ball that is, and bang, it's in the back of the net. So I think that's the difference, and that's what you're talking about, and what I was talking about as a fan, saying when we get the left back high up the pitch, unfortunately, Stroud doesn't really have that in his locker, and therefore has to check back and give it to other players, etc. We can see from that evidence there that Maximiliano Wöber has that. Not only that, he's got, apparently, again, I've not seen any evidence of this, but apparently, he's very apt at taking free kicks as well. So that's something that we need to well, it's what we need, because apart from Greenwood, and we're still yet to see him. Right, there we go. It's off. Right, okay. So that's that. Maximiliano Wöber will come in. Stroud definitely at centre back. Did you see? We're going to get to the strikers in a bit as well, folks. Did you see the who scored team of the week by any chance? Did you see the who scored team of the week? If you didn't, I'm going to show it to you now. You ready? Check this out. Check this out for size, you Cooper haters. Who's that? It's only Liam Cooper in the Premier League team of the week alongside Ilian Meslier. So there you go. My man. Big up Jesse's tight jeans for tagging me in that super duper Liam Cooper. So there you go. Really impressive. Really, really in Maximiliano. Is it not Maximiliano? It is Maximiliano, no? Or should I just call him Maxi Wöber? You know me, bro, with my pronunciations and that. It is Maximiliano, no? Or Maximilian. I like, Maximiliano. Made him sound Italian, didn't I? Maximilian. I like Maximiliano. I'm going to say right? That's it. It's called Maxio. Maxio. I remember before, right? Rasmus Christensen, what did I call him? I can't remember if it were Klaassen or whatever, and someone went, you can't even get his name right in the comments. I'm like, chill out. It's not that deep. You know, I'm not that guy. I did a video on Fresned the other week, and I said he was a left back and he was a right back. I seen the comments coming and I went, oh, Joe, what have you done? Quickly did some research and I was like, oh, no, what have you done? But you know me, man. You know me. Arthur, stop trying to make Dan James happen. Have you seen Mean Girls? Yeah? Have you seen Mean Girls? Stop trying to make Fetch happen, yeah? Fetch is not going to happen. In this scenario, Dan James is Fetch, yeah? Stop trying to make Dan James happen, Arthur. No matter who you compare him to, yeah? No matter who you say he's better than, you're not going to have that situation. Like, come on over, yeah? Stop trying to make Fetch happen, yeah? That's why we love Joe. Wimano. Yes, I love that. I love you as well, Danny, man. I have to get you on soon, bro. It's been a minute. Right, okay, so we're going to move on now. This name as well, I did see mentioned a lot. Leeds Live. It's, Lee said about that. But anyway, so Villarreal are open to Alfonso Pedraza exit. However, Leeds United will not be in the hunt for him because we've already got a left back in Maximiliano Wöber. I've done it again, Anna. Maximiliano. That's it. That he's done. So yeah, Alfonso Pedraza obviously spent time on loan with us. Was playing more further forward at that point. Was that under Gary Monk potentially? But look, he has been playing a lot at left back for Villarreal. I think he came on. I think he played there in the Europa League final. Or was that Alberto Moreno? I think he came on, didn't he? He came on. So I think the links to Pedraza came because Leeds had him before, etc., etc. But Pedraza, nah, it's not going to happen. Andrew H says he's world class. Don't know about that. But we've had him on loan before. I think it's an easy, lazy link. It's a lazy link. Yeah. It's a lazy link. So I don't see Pedraza happening. Obviously, you've got Unahi, who I mentioned during the World Cup, would say that would be a very good signing. But we knew that a lot of clubs were after him, and Leicester apparently are ones that are going to table a bid for him. I think there's been is it 20 million? 20 million yet. Look, Leeds United, unfortunately, won't be trying to sign him, I don't think. So there you go. Adam says, can't see our comments, going to watch Joe on PS5. What are you saying, Adam? I can see your comments. I can see them loud and clear. Just your comments are rubbish, bro. You've got to put a decent comment or be like Arthur Bushby and just absolutely span the chat with Dan James. Yeah, so Pedraza, I don't think it was ever going to happen really, but I think it's a bit lazy journalism, wasn't it? Because he's been at Leeds in the past, and Leeds are going to get Maximiliano Wöber. So it is what it is. We are going to get to this man as well. We are going to get to him, Guy Carres. Guy Carres? Yeah, definitely not at that price party, boy. Exactly. Would I take Nico Williams? Yes, in a heartbeat. But listen, Forest got a decent result against Chelsea. They might be on the march. You never know. Arthur, if you're talking about Aronson, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, yeah? I'm with you on that one. I am with you on that one because we need to see more. We do need to see more. But it is still early days. Joe, you reckon with Pascal's new contract, then we might sell him? No, but it does predict his value. He will go eventually because he's too good of a player not to. Guy Koresh. Like it. Guy Koresh. I've boxed it off now. Guy Koresh. Love that. Okay, so we've done that one already about the 6 million Swiss star, Ardon Jashari. Next one. Right, someone actually made this point. In my comments to Shay Adams, right? Someone actually said to me about Shay Adams and said, that's never going to happen because Southampton won't sell to a relegation rival, etc., etc. However, there has been developments, yeah? The reason there's been developments is because Southampton are interested in Ligue 1 striker, which could open the door for Leeds United as links resurface. So, apparently, they are interested in signing Lorient striker Terim Moffi, okay, which could open the door for Leeds United to sign Shay Adams. This is according to The Athletic. The Saints are very keen on strengthening their attacking options next month, and Moffi is among the options they are considering. Though it is likely they would want to add to the current options they have, a marquee arrival such as Moffi could mean they're also more open to letting Adams leave. And Adams is a player that has been linked with Leeds over almost 3 years now, with the Whites first expressing their interest in January of the promotion season. You know me. I think a lot of you are maybe coming round to the thinking as well. That Shay probably would be a decent acquisition. A decent acquisition. Party Boy says, look at Akpom's stats for Borough. Yeah, Brentford Diaz keeps getting mid. And someone else makes this point about Diaz. They go, Joe, the only reason clubs are not going in for Diaz is because his contract's up in the summer. What about the other seasons that he were there? He hasn't just been good in the last 6 months. He did have a longer contract at one point. I thought Mbuemo was going to get in. So Shay Adams could be a mover. Lee Chris says Shay is poor. What's he poor at? What is he poor at? Scoring goals, do you mean? Well, the striker that we've got isn't scoring any because he can't get fit. He can't get fit, bro. So I'd rather have someone scoring than any. Listen, I don't want to do this Shay thing over and over and over and over. People know. People know. Ballers know. Yeah. I remember that debut goal against Borough, mate. Was it Borough? Yeah. Taking Shay would be like Newcastle taking Wood, weakening a rival. There's that as well. Why would Moffey leave Champions League for relegation? Good point as well. Marco Antio Kane Mullen. Yeah, no, that's a good point as well. I'm just saying, this has come from The Athletic. They're normally bang on. So let's see. Listen, the Premier League's has got weight. Let's not forget we've had Lopetegui come to Wolves, who were bottom when he came in. This is a guy that managed Real Madrid and left Sevilla and was, going to be Spain manager. Unai Emery has just come to Aston Villa, who were in the bottom half. The Premier League, the pull of the Premier League cannot be understated. Let's not forget, just in that same breadth as well that you've just mentioned, that Rafinha left the Champions League in Liga to come to the Premier League. Now he plays for Barca. You cannot overstate the law of Premier League football. That's both for players and managers. The money is astronomical. Everything is astronomical. Shay Adams is such a poor choice. I don't agree, but even Southampton want rid of him. I don't know if they do, though. Do they? I don't know. 16 games, 4 goals, 1 assist, worth 22 million will be the same as... I don't think he will say... I don't know. I don't think he is the same as James. But listen, I done Shay to death. We'll see, innit? Brennan Johnson would be a good signing for Leeds, but we're not getting that one done, I do not think. Right, let's talk then about Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres, currently top scorer in the Championship, playing at Coventry City. Phil Hay discussed this one earlier on the Phil Hay pod and said it's someone Leeds United have looked at. Someone Victor Orta is keen on. He's currently at Coventry, as I say. 23 games played, 25 played in total this season. And that's 12 goals to his name. Previously, I think he was at Brighton initially. Let's have a look, and had a couple of not successful loan spells. But yeah, Brighton. Sorry, let me just clear my throat. Wow. There we go. So Brighton, we know Brighton's recruitment's normally bob on. So they bought him for $1 million. He's had a couple of loan spells, didn't work out for him at Swansea. He went to Coventry, and then that loan was made permanent. I'm not too sure on what the transfer fee was. We can certainly have a look. Good luck trying to spell this, Joe. There we go. Let's see what it says on here. 1.2 million potentially. 5 million current market value. I think what the way Phil Hay was speaking earlier on would be close to around about 10 million. But could Leeds United do that? Yes, I think it's well within our ballpark. And I guess it's definitely worth a gamble. You know what I mean? It's definitely worth a gamble, I think. Let's just have a look at the article in a little bit more detail. So this was just published 4 hours ago. Now, journalist Alan Nixon, unfortunately, I'm blocked by him on Twitter. I've never said anything negative to him. Just if you ever question Alan Nixon, he blocks you. He blocks you straight away. So maybe someone could go and source the tweet for me. But journalist Alan Nixon believes Coventry City star Victor Gyökeres will cost interested sides at least 15 million this month. That was on Twitter. I wonder if it'll take me to the tweet. No, look, you're blocked. I don't know why. Like, I genuinely have never said anything negative towards him. Where's the article gone now? I'll have to go back. Yeah, but go check that. Oh, is it 3-1? No way. Brentford over the top. Is it Brian and Buemo? Thought Canate was good. Canate's just been bundled over. There's no way that's a free kick by any stretch of the imagination. 3-1 power. There you go. So it says 24-year-old has been one of the most prolific forwards in the league this term, scoring 12 goals in 25 league games, proving to be integral to the Sky Blues cause once again. This came as no surprise. Who saw him score 17 times in the Championship during the 21-22 campaign. They better not give that as a foul. Because tell me what's the difference between the Haaland one against Bournemouth and that one. That is not a foul. That's not a foul. Not a foul. Do not. I'm sorry, if you're watching this game, it's not a foul, that. I'm not having it. He's fallen over. Give over. Has he give the goalie best have? Canate. Oh, I love it. Honestly, makes me laugh. VR, have they give it or not? So I'm going to stay. So I'm going to go. Have they give that, yeah? No, they have. There you go. Tweets are protected anyway by Alan Nixon. Giving it. Good. I don't know why Klopp's looking at it like it shouldn't be given. It definitely should be. Let me just... Robertson having a go with Salaria. Where's that image? Please let me find that image. Where's that image, right, of... where is that image of the... all the centre-backs signed, and then... what we're saying here... Someone's just said Wober signed. I thought it had been announced official there, but it hasn't. It hasn't. Okay. Anyway. Wober's confirmed. Wober's... Oh, is he at Allen Road? Is it on the old Twitter sphere? Someone show me. Someone show me. If you can tag me in it, that'd be great. Someone said earlier on there were black cars outside. So there. So if we go back to that article then, so Gyökeres is one Leeds United could be interested in. Alan Nixon says 15 million. Could Leeds United get that done? Oh, here we go. Michael Key has shared the image with me. I'll share it with you on Twitter. Yeah, Romano's already rubber stamped it. Thank you very much, Michael. There's Michael. Make sure you go follow him on Twitter, folks. Big up to Michael. There's the image then. So it looks like Wober will be in the door doing his shirt signage, all that sort of stuff, pictures. And I expect that probably maybe to be announced tonight, because what time are we on now? 20 past 7, maybe. Wober spotted at the Peacock. So I think I think, look, we knew that was getting done anyway. I told you that the other day, man, didn't I? Told you that. LUFC fan zone have said that he's currently at Ellen Road signing his new contract, which will run until the summer of 2027. So they will have been speaking, no doubt, to... I love that. They will have been speaking to his agent. They always do. Tomorrow, yeah, you reckon tomorrow? No worries. We can squeeze a bit out of that then when that gets announced. I'll have my preview up tomorrow as well for the West Ham game. I'm also going to be doing a watch along tomorrow night for Arsenal Newcastle because I think it's going to be a tasty game. Then we'll have a watch along for Leeds West Ham on Wednesday as well. But that's the latest transfer rumours. Really, everything boxed off, covered off, unless you've got anything. Unless you've got anything else you would you want me to look into or to discuss, I'm easy. What I'm going to do now is going to have a cup of tea, a couple of biscuits. And then I'm going to watch Happy Valley in bed because I'm knackered. You know, this is my first day that I've had to myself since, you know, the week before Christmas, you know, in between Christmas and that. Yeah, we spoke about Jashari, Ardon Jashari. We did do that. I'm trying to find that picture, man, of... where is that picture? You just playing on to as a striker? No, Geordie, man. No, he's too small, isn't he? Tomorrow, I think it will be announced, Joes. That's when we can register Wober. When did neither? They are the worst biscuits ever. They're not even biscuits. They're not even biscuits, man. They're dead. I'll tell you what good biscuits are. Anything hobnob. Anything hobnob. You know what I mean? Go. I like them chocolate malted milks. Malted on the one side, chocolate on the other. You know what I mean? Nah, but he's not... What, against big centre-backs? Can you imagine? Can you imagine up against, like, Ben Mee and Pinnock and that? Nah. Nah, can't play him striker. Nah. Not for me, bro. But again... yeah, good. Look, West Ham as well Wednesday. Let's hope we can get a positive result. I do not... Ginger biscuits, unreal, my guy, unreal. They are. Wednesday, I don't want to see the American Sean Dyche make another appearance. I can't be dealing with it. You know what I mean? What is it? Yankee Dangle Doodle Dyche. I don't know. Yeah, he's the American Sean Dyche. Hopefully, that doesn't show up because we need to put on an attacking performance. An attacking performance on Wednesday. I'm still... Ginger biscuits, that's a bit close to cannibalism. Yes, I believe it is, Keith. It is a must-win. We must win that game. Because they haven't won in 5. 5 games they've not won. Got to make that happen, haven't we? What are your thoughts on Parker's appointment at Club Brugge? I think it's wild. It's wild. We could end up with someone like Scott Parker or something, man. If it goes tits up. If it goes tits up. I don't know. We'll see, innit? We'll see. Listen, I'm just rambling now. We're talking about biscuits and all sorts. Listen, thanks as always for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll have a preview probably during the day. 14 Yorks. I don't know, you know. I've sent him a couple of texts. I wanted to do a little live with him. He said he'd get back to me. I don't know where he is. I hope he's all right. He's been very quiet. Maybe he's just going through some stuff. Reach out to him on social media, everyone. Send him a message, yeah? Send his Twitter handle and just say, what's up, Corey? Where you at, man? Hope you're doing well. It's nice to know that people are there. Do you know what I mean? So I've not heard from him. I know, yeah. So if you can, and you've got him on Twitter, just drop a little Twitter handle. Yo, Corey, what's going down, man? And it'll make him feel good, innit? Do you know what I mean? And hopefully he'll respond. Just say, we've been chatting about you. We miss you. Where you at? Do that for me now. If you've got him on Twitter, it'd be great if you could do that. We can show the Just Joe community, yeah, the positive of social media, if you like. Send Cody a tweet now to say where you are. What was I going to say? That was it, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to go watch Happy Valley now. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for a preview. And if we get any more news, I'll be on the evening. Oh, chance. Brentford still knocking on door here. I'll be doing a watch along tomorrow evening as well for the Newcastle versus Arsenal game, because that's going to be a good one. That Alfie says I look like Dyche 10 years ago, mate. He might be our manager if we're not careful. We might end up with the real Sean Dyche, not some American one. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, big up to you all. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you on the other side. Love you.